Okay, here's a concern. You have a lawyer, so we gotta make sure. I don't want to violate any of your rights. Don't want to do anything. Listen to me.
This is YSL Woody, aka Kenneth Copeland.
Hey, yo, shot a fuck nigga in the face. Hell yeah.
He's about to put Young Thug and 2 other YSL members in on the attempted murder of a rival gang member, Kelvin Watts. Across from him sits an investigator from the Fulton County District Attorney's Office. Unbeknownst to Woody, a large-scale RICO indictment against the YSL gang has been mounting for years, targeting Young Thug, among many other associates of YSL.
Prosecutors say Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, led YSL, what they call a violent street gang that used drugs, even murder, to make money.
But before this, let's look at an example of another gang member who refused to snitch on his brothers. This is Y&R Mookey. He was brought in for questioning after appearing in a music video with a gun as a felon.
So, this right here, is that you?
Yeah.
Y&R Mookey?
Yeah.
What's Y&R stand for?
You know, Young Ruth.
Young and Ruthless? What is that?
What?
What's in it? It's a rap group?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else is in your rap group?
Nobody.
Nobody? Just you?
Mm-hmm.
So you're a one-man group?
Yeah.
Okay. What about that right there? So what's the title of this? Draco?
Yeah.
What's a Draco?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
I don't know the meaning.
You don't know the meaning?
No.
You singing a song, making a video about it, something you don't know the meaning for? Who's that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, what you talking about?
White kid.
You know who that is?
Who is it?
I don't wanna ask no more questions.
You want to answer no more questions?
No.
All right. Okay. Got anything to add?
Nope.
All right.
You don't want to talk, so it's his prerogative.
Although Mookey may have kept it solid, he was convicted of possession of a firearm by a violent felon and was sentenced to 10 years in prison. So with this outcome in mind, let's move on to the primary subject of this video. I think it's pretty safe for me to spoil it for you that Woody's interrogation is quite more revealing than Mookey's was, and that the information Woody provided about YSL and especially Young Thug was likely essential to the entire YSL RICO indictment. After being introduced to the 2 investigators and establishing a basic timeline, we'll acquaint ourselves with the 2 girls that got Woody arrested to begin with.
I don't want to violate your rights, Mr. Melnick is your attorney, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna need my attorney right now.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, okay, Investigator Flores that's gonna come in here, is probably he's probably the most down-to-earth, coolest one you're gonna get here, okay? So, I trust him with everything. That's the only really one I'm going to work with. So if you trust me, because you know I looked out how many over the years, have make sure haven't I tried to talk some sense into you?
Woody has known this investigator since he was 15. She has helped him get out of legal situations in the past.
I got that one. Okay, this is Investigator Flores. Do you remember from earlier? Okay. He's one of my partners. This is one of my partners, Investigator Flores. He works at the Atlanta Police Department. I gotta tell you, first things first, you have the right to remain silent. So you're in charge today, not me.
Yeah. So what happened today, bro? With Brittany Parks.
Wow. She called me and said police had her. They did house. You know what I mean? And asked me what to do. And I was like, what the hell you doing to her? So they got my baby, want me to come turn myself in. I'm like, what for what? She's like, probation. So I'm like, shit, she asked me to come get him, bring him.
Where you pick it up from?
Shit, some gas station.
Gas
She
station.
told me to pick her up on the gas station and take her, and I picked her up. Shit, I told her she put me in a bad situation, but I feel bad for her. Like, why the hell you put me in there? Like, I'm not gonna tell you turn yourself into no police, but don't do me like that. That's what I told her. And she was like, come on, man. I said, I understand. You know what I mean? Like, shit, she said she gotta go do what she gotta go do. She cried. I just felt bad for her. Took her to her apartment where the police was, and that was it.
Breonna Parks is a former associate of the YSL gang. Just hours before this interrogation, she told Woody that she had been caught by the police and was being forced to snitch on him. Woody just found out that his arrest was a direct result of the information Breonna provided about him. However, Breonna is not an important character in this story or interrogation. The investigators are basically just using her to get a foot in the door with Woody.
What about afterwards? Like, what did you do afterwards?
I went to the landing station.
And one second, you know before when you said about you wanna go home today, you know we can't promise you anything, right? Wait. I just gotta make that very clear. We can't, at this point in time, we cannot promise you anything, okay?
What she went through?
This, you know what I mean? They told me, come call me now. I told them everything that I knew about him, this situation.
About what?
Last time. That's everything I knew. Y'all feel as I had something to do with it. I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Do what situation? Because, you know, I wasn't there. This is my first time meeting you. So you gotta fill me in what's going on.
Back some years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everything I knew about it, I said everything I knew. The police feel like I knew anything about it. I didn't know nothing else. I wasn't there. I didn't have no parts. All I did was I heard after the fact things, and I said everything I knew, and I went through it. I did 5 years. I lost people while I was going through the process. Like, I was tortured. Them niggas ain't tortured. Them niggas ain't gotta go through what I gotta go through. I was tortured. Now I'm still being tortured.
When Woody was 15 years old, he snitched on his YSL associates for the murder of a man named Nut. Despite the information he provided, Woody still ended up serving 5 years on an unrelated charge.
I was gone for 5 years, and I did my time 10 toes down.
Because of this incident, he is wary that the police might try to extract information out of him without first providing him with assurance of a deal. Even though the investigators clearly state that they can't promise him anything, with enough convincing, he continues to talk.
To be honest, I respect my girl. You know what I mean?
Penthouse, bad bitches on my dick.
I never do nothing in her car. I never had done anything to anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say.
Who's the girl?
Aaliyah.
The car?
Yes.
The owner of the car? Y'all live together?
Yes, I would. She went through my phone and
Oh, boy, Woody.
yeah, so.
Hey, my girl go through my phone right now. I'll be in the same boat.
In addition to being Woody's girlfriend, Leah Williams is a police officer in South Fulton. She was arrested 2 days later after she snuck into an evidence locker and attempted to delete Woody's Instagram, then disable his iPhone. On a separate note, consider how the investigators have built rapport with the subject by laughing at his jokes and relating to his struggles.
So what you trying to say?
The license and just a regular driver. Just
I
that.
can't afford it, man.
And,
There's somebody gonna die. I'm telling
well, listen,
you.
Woody,
Somebody about to die.
wait, listen to me.
The investigators have effectively used Bree and Aaliyah's testimony to get their foot in the door with Woody, mainly to establish rapport rather than obtaining actual evidence, but this doesn't seem to faze the detectives at all. This is most likely because they have a second trick up their sleeve. 2 significant pieces of evidence against Woody are about to be revealed as the interrogation progresses. It is extremely common for an investigator to withhold their true extent of knowledge about a subject until it can be used most advantageously against them. This is exactly what they have been doing, and the female detective will go on to execute these two reveals in near perfection. But consider the fact that Woody was ready to snitch on YSL for a murder off of 2 traffic violations without the investigators even revealing any of their evidence.
Unfortunately, there's a gun in that car.
A gun with her.
In your car. I did a search warrant for the vehicle, there's a gun in the car, and you had a magazine on you when they picked you up. Federally, they can charge you with the ammunition. Statewide, you're probably gonna get charged with the gun.
I'm gonna get charged with the gun?
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no gun in her car.
There was a gun in the car.
Where y'all find the gun at?
I wasn't out there. There was a gun in the car though. So what I'm saying is, so if you want to talk to us today, I cannot promise you anything. I can't make you any promise. Listen.
The first piece of evidence against Woody has been revealed, that a gun was found in the car he was arrested in. The investigators sense that Woody is open to the idea of snitching, but also that pressure must be applied in order to convince him to do so. With this caveat in mind, they lay down the first of their cards. As a convicted violent felon in possession of a firearm, Woody could be facing upwards of 10 years for this incident, as opposed to the traffic violations he thought he had been originally arrested for. The pressure is on, and Woody would likely be looking for any way out of this situation.
But I just want to be okay. I did do that. But I didn't have no gun. I didn't know nothing about a gun being in my girl car. You know what I mean? I never do her like that. Now, these pants, I just put them on quick. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to explain none of this. But how could I help myself? That's all I'm asking.
Like I said, we can't, Woody, I can't make it any
So
clearer.
that's this pointless
No,
conversation.
it's not pointless. You were cooperative.
The information I had, they going to hear it right now.
I mean, we can pass it to
You
them.
saying you can pass it to them? I think that something gonna happen today.
What's gonna happen?
What's gonna happen?
Somebody's supposed to get killed tonight.
Who?
You know who?
I don't know who. But there's so much going on in the city, I don't know who. You're gonna have to.
You just sit down.
There's so much.
I told y'all enough right there.
But Woody, you said that.
But you think about it, people die every day in the city. If you can't be specific so we can do our job and save a life, you can't help yourself unless you save a life.
Let me tell you something. I've been to the feds.
And what did you tell me about one of the feds?
This is a murder that's about to take place with some very high people. And the stuff that I know right now, you know what I mean, should be able to help me get out of my situation. You know what I mean? I'm not bullshit. You know, the last information I gave y'all was right. That I was just choosing that
Right,
wrong.
okay, and then the only thing you went to jail for last time was the gun you had in Dunbar, right? That's it. And what did you tell me about going to jail for 5 years? What did that do?
It did, but it
What did it
didn't
do?
still.
And guess what, Woody? What happened the other night when you were on Instagram Live, antagonizing everybody, and you left and went to 656? What happened at that apartment complex 2 hours later?
You seen that shit?
Woody's reluctance to provide more information about tonight's murder was met with the swift and forceful response of the second reveal. As was clearly news to Woody, the Fulton County District Attorney's Office have been carefully monitoring his Instagram page. The day prior to this interrogation, Woody was on IG Live taunting YSL rivals, the most notable of which being the victim of tonight's murder himself, Kelvin Watts. Hours after Woody's live ended, the apartment complex he was posted up in front of was shot up, effectively locking him into endangering the entire complex, as well as actively participating in YSL gang politics. The pressure on Woody has increased further, giving him even more reason to snitch on Young Thug and YSL.
Okay, what do you think was the reason for that?
I'm still trying to figure out.
I'll tell you what it was. You on Instagram calling everybody out, saying, "Come get me, I'm out here."
They're assuming.
Listen,
It wasn't about
okay,
it.
what I'm
Something
telling
else happened
you
that day. See, y'all don't
Do you
know.
not bring Zari and Caitlin out there?
Yes, I just told y'all. You know.
What if Zari and Caitlin were in an apartment out there, and what happened?
I doubt they're gonna have my day. You're right. I'm gonna delete my Instagram. Honey.
But what if
Shit, I
somebody,
can't
I don't know how nobody got hit the other night, but what if somebody got hit the other night?
I went out there first thing in the morning and when they talk to the people. Because the people first thing they do, they put it on me. That had nothing to do with that.
Why are you even out there?
But you're right. You're right.
How many times are we gonna have the same conversation about you putting yourself, last
I
time you got
can't leave.
out?
I promise. My girl ain't even here. I ready to get the fuck away from them. I can't leave. I don't talk to these people, I'm ready to go.
There's a
I'm
difference between
tired
not
of staying
leaving
here.
and moving to, and not standing at 560 Windsor every day. There's a big difference. A lot of people don't like me. I can't go down and hang out in the county still every
I can
day.
tell y'all this much right here. I
What?
know the people who's gonna go do it. I can get the time when they gonna go do it, so y'all can catch them in the act. I know.
Who's the target?
One guess.
I mean, Lucci's locked up.
Share
So,
Kelly.
so how,
She's
is,
always been tight.
who?
Kelly.
Who's always been tight?
Share Kelly.
And who?
He's this man. He's obsessed with this guy. He won. This is as much as I can say. Cause y'all already taken.
Wait, you're like, ooh, I'm gonna get lost. You said who's tight with Shell? No, your friend's not here. Nobody can hear you. Like, your friend's not here. We moved him for that
Yeah,
purpose.
but the person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey.
Woody refuses to even say Thug's name, only giving a silent confirmation by way of a nod. Months after this, the prosecution's opening statement would claim that Thug's own YSL subordinates were scared of him. This interrogation was likely used as a crucial piece of evidence in support of that claim. Over the next 2 hours, Woody will go on to reveal his relationship with Thug, in addition to many more details of the murder tonight, as well as a multitude of other crimes committed by YSL, this including a near-fatal encounter with 21 Savage. Things are not looking good for Thug, nor Woody, as he has just offered up information that could possibly endanger his life, still with no promise of a deal.
Why?
Jerry who?
He doesn't know the backstory.
Y'all still taking me to jail, man. Like, I just told y'all.
But I don't, but that
All
doesn't,
last night.
but God forbid his kids are, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's more to it than, like, you can't just let stuff like that happen. On your, like, do you think if I knew something like that was gonna happen to you, I'd let it happen?
How it's gonna go down? How it's supposed to go down?
I tell y'all everything, y'all gonna be able to stop it without me. You know what I mean?
But like I said, your
I'm not gonna play with you first of all.
No, I'm not
disrespect.
playing with you either. No, I'm saying, if you help, despite what that Joe Lynn did, he's still alive, and we still got a job to protect a life.
He's a waste of space.
He probably is, right? But if we have opportunity to save a life, we gotta.
But who's to say he's the one that's gonna get hit?
Right, guess what? You right.
Who's to say somebody's mom's not gonna get? Who's to say somebody's little kid's not gonna
Other
get?
people bound to
Because
get
guess
hit.
what? If they would've came and shot up 560 Windsor when you were out there, I saw how many little kids were out there on the video. It's not okay. It's just not okay.
You think I'm paying attention? Every time I show one man, you know what's happening. The police come right there. I pay attention. You know what I mean? I don't do nothing. That's why I know that.
Patrol officers, they just patrol.
They just come see the 656 right there at the light. Just sit there. I said, you know what?
Cause they know what's
I know I gotta stop doing this. I know I have to. You know what I mean? Cause like I said, I know the dudes I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? But like you said, I'm putting other people's life in danger.
The second piece of evidence employed against Woody was that he went on IG Live, taunting YSL rivals. Hours later, the apartment complex he was posted up in front of was shot up. Now that Woody revealed that Kel is the target of tonight's murder, the investigators recall that Kelvin Watts was the YSL rival that Woody had been beefing on IG Live with. Once Woody sees this, he reveals that he knew Kel and his associates might shoot up the complex later. Woody employed a tactic commonly used in legal business or war. Aggravate or deplete your opponent to such an extent that they do something reckless, or in this case, highly illegal. But in admitting to his prowess, he also acknowledges, if not admits to having the intention of someone innocent being killed, or at least wounded that night, after he had already left the complex. Woody did this in the hopes that Kelvin would be arrested, or at least put on the radar of police, basically luring him into a crime in sacrifice for innocent lives. Although savvy, completely sociopathic.
How they gonna target him tonight?
Well, they got his location. And I got a call last night.
You got a call from whom?
the people. I told the niggas, stay away from that type of shit. Stay away from them people.
But
Because you the one sitting in that cell. I told him all of this. You the one gonna be sitting in that cell Without these niggas, they ain't gonna do nothing for you. I done told these niggas this.
Who are you telling this to?
Yeah, what I'm telling you is tonight, he having a party.
What is it, on Instagram?
No, it's a private party. It's their diamonds.
Is it diamonds?
I'm not going no further than that. This is not my fault. This is nigga's fault.
But you know about it.
You said what I know about it?
Tonight, you know about tonight.
You know, because I got a call last night.
Haven't we had to talk about him ruining your life, Woody? Haven't we had to talk about him ruining your life? What good has he brought to your life besides putting money in your pocket?
That's why he better dead. But I took it upon myself to tell y'all this. It's up and like I said.
But what I'm saying is, he has ruined your life.
That's why he better off dead.
He's ruined Shannon's life. He's ruined Dee's life. Pretty much. Everybody he touches goes to prison, and then he gets new people. Y'all are replaceable. Y'all are disposable. Make no mistake about that. Because once y'all in prison, he started. Wait a minute. Listen to me. Give me a second. She can't come down here.
What was essentially Woody's worst fear has come to fruition. After all the information he's provided, the investigators return, demanding more, effectively bringing him back to square one, but this time with a possible bounty on his head. With this point in mind, not to mention the stressful and urgent nature of the previous section of this interrogation, Woody folds under the pressure and snitches even more.
I can't just bring them just what you gave me. I need a little bit more. It
Right
doesn't.
now, what time it is?
7:04.
If I could be released before 11 to 12 o'clock, to show you how serious I am, I could be released. People can see me and Money coming out of jail together. People to see the jail for whatever. Like I said, I can meet up with them right before they do it. Y'all can
That
be right
puts you
there.
in too much danger. We can't do
No,
that.
no.
That we have to rethink a plan. They're not going to do that.
Okay.
Because if God forbid something happens to you, it's on us.
No, it's different because they trust me. They trust me. So this will happen.
It's pretty crazy to insist that they trust you over and over again, and instantly followed up by saying, okay, so this is what's about to happen.
Quay Savage.
Which Savage?
Yes. It's crazy, ain't it?
21 Savage?
No.
44 Savage?
Yes.
Okay. They're going to do what?
They going to the club tonight.
And how do they get this information from him?
But to me, I had to get it from him. Shit, I heard right there when he said it.
But I'm saying, like, how does he communicate to them?
Yeah, FaceTime.
So he FaceTimes Quay, FaceTimes Savage.
Nah. We was in eating and then he FaceTime.
Who FaceTime?
Dog FaceTime.
Quay?
While we was right there. And he was like, that bitch got my heart. I mean, crazy, man. I told him, man, you right now broke. You ain't got no money in your pocket. But then they call your phone and tell you to jump, you gonna jump. This nigga put you in any position right now. I walked in the bathroom, came back, they on the phone. And he ready to jump head first.
To summarize what has just happened, Woody revealed that Thug FaceTimed two YSL members, Quay and 44 Savage, instructing them to kill Kelvin at the Diamonds Club sometime between 11 to 12 p.m. on October 27th, 2021. The two were to receive an undisclosed amount of money for the act. Draw whatever conclusions about these men's characters that you want from this, including Woody's.
I had to pay for their food. They didn't have that money, they didn't even have that in their pocket. Like I told him, y'all need to sit around this nigga be broke all day, it's on y'all. But, honest to God,
How many times you gonna keep, like, scraping by and just dodging bullets? You gotta stop at some point.
man, this on God. I go around I hear him talk stupid. I tell you, I said, they're gonna get you.
You said what?
I told him they're gonna get you.
Who, Thug?
Yeah, I told him.
Like the police or?
Yeah, I said, the feds gonna get you. I said, all that shit you doing, they're gonna get you.
And what does he say?
He like, I know.
So you don't care?
No, he don't. He ready. He let us say no. I told him, I said, they're gonna get you. I said, you put all this shit in there, get no fuck by no cop and change this how you is, they don't like it. They're gonna get you. They're gonna watch you for 5, 6, 7, 8 years until they
Paid
get
$2
you.
million for a lawyer for all the killings, all that.
Ask the cops, ask the detectives, they know all the business. Ask the cops and the detectives of all the jurisdictions. Gave the lawyer close to $2 million, he handled all the killings.
I told him that they're gonna watch you. As long as they gonna watch you, they're gonna get you. You know they told me? Shit, I already know. I come out of the show in Florida. Got them bitches was lined up. You know what I mean? Somebody called and said the feds outside, they were lined up. You know, I know. You know what I mean? And just like, well, make sure you don't take me with you.
Woody provides a valid point in that Young Thug is basically on a warpath. As Woody said, he is reckless in his lyrics and his communication, and he does not care if he gets caught. He knows it's gonna happen, and he just doesn't care. The YSL ship is clearly sinking because the captain is asleep at the wheel. Is Woody wrong for abandoning ship, or should he have stayed and gone down with his comrades?
But
Well, no, I think you like being around him, you like what comes with it, but you know.
I don't even, the things I was willing to do for him, and for how he did me, I would never in my life be cool with him.
Woody, all you can do is do better. That's it. That's all you can do from this point on is do better.
I'm trying. I can say this. If you can show me that you can help me out, I'm not gonna tell you nothing else. I'm not gonna give you no clue of what I'm talking about, no nothing, but I can give you some very helpful. I can tell you with something very helpful that I can give you some very helpful information.
What do you mean, tell me where something
I
don't get what that means.
I'm not saying nothing because I'm not gonna let y'all keep talking me into giving y'all information and y'all ain't gonna throw me in jail and leaving me in there. So I gave you the information. Y'all wanna save your life?
Now, okay, so say if you have to go tonight, and I come back with you with people that might be able to make some stuff happen, would you be open to have a conversation?
Well, what do you mean come to the jail?
Yeah, we'll come take you out of the jail. I wouldn't talk to you in the jail.
People at the jail, the police at the jail, the police know. I done been at the jail when I done heard the guards saying things about certain people. Come and get me from the jail, no.
So now we have to do it.
That's what I'm saying. No. I don't watch the guards at the jail talk.
So how am I supposed to get this information from you if I can't talk to you at the jail? I can't take you out of the jail.
I can save your life. They should right there should have showed me that. If they don't help me get out of jail right there, then
What I'm saying
there's
is,
nothing they're gonna help me.
The investigator has now convinced Woody that he should provide more information about Thug, but they have yet to come to an agreement on where they can meet up without endangering his life. A sheriff for Fulton County is about to enter the room with the intention of easing Woody's fears of how they will contact him in jail, but also to keep the investigation within the reins of the facts at hand rather than Woody's future and self-improvement.
come in.
I'm not trying to look over my shoulder. I'm not trying to be worried about how people look at me or what people think about me.
Well, it's been a while. You remember me?
He's been very good today.
Good. So what's going on with the stuff at the jail?
But he's afraid that I said if we wanted to come speak to him again, Kettle now works for the sheriff's office, so if there's an issue with the jail, that's gonna get killed right away. He's saying that he's afraid that if we ever took him out to speak to him again or came to talk to him in the jail, that the guards are gonna start putting words out that we came and got him.
You know, the dirty guys? The dirty folks that are over there? Worried about that?
I don't talk to no police at the jail. I'm telling you now. I know people that this nigga know that's in the jail. You know what I mean? These people, they be on me. Every time I go to the jail, them also watch me. They watch me like a goddamn hoe.
So, no. This is what I'll say. I'll kind of reassure you a little bit. They don't know me down there. Nobody knows who I am down there. And there's a reason for that. Because I'm still doing the same shit I did here, over there. I answer to one person over at that jail colonel, because he used to work for APD. Okay? I don't go through their normal chain of command. You can say I'm special. I will find a way. I will present it to you. We'll find, if it's a jail call or something, we present it to you like that. You can say yes or no. I'm not going to go put you in that situation, though. And I know you're a smart dude. I know you know what's going on. And that's kind of what bothers me on this whole thing, is it seems like you're still doing the stuff. Dude, I've been on this job I've been here for 11 years, and I've known you since damn day one.
I know y'all tired of saying the same shit, but man,
No, it's not.
I'm risking my life giving y'all this information because I know for 100% sure only 4 people know about this information. This one person,
Okay.
But we're not gonna put you out there like that. We know how to do stuff and not put you out there like that.
Everything goes under an evidentiary seal. Okay? A lot of people don't know how to do that. With something, with the stuff that you're giving us, when it's verified, okay, we put it under an evidentiary seal. Nobody has access to that but the judge themselves.
So that was a fucking lie.
Okay, did you know about that stuff?
No.
Okay.
In all fairness to the investigators, this tape was released to only 28 defendants in the case. It never should have been seen by the public to begin with. It was actually leaked by one of 28 people. This interrogation has gone on for a total of 2.5 hours. The investigator from the district attorney's office had been putting pressure on Woody, trying to wear him down. Although successful, she understandably has worn herself down. The sheriff comes in fully refreshed and ready to lay down the pressure on Woody heavily, completely changing the tone of the interrogation. In the meantime, the other investigator has spent most of the time staying quiet and looking down at her phone, allowing her to rest while Woody has been continuously pressured.
When I go around through, I know what I done. So I don't want to be around him because of guilt. That's why I don't be around. Cause I be afraid. I can't look at the nigga in the eye because I be like, yeah, this nigga know. That's why I don't go around. I don't even want to tell y'all that. That's why I can't sleep at night. Cause I be knowing. I know what I done said. I know the information that I gave. Y'all sit here and play like this shit ain't valuable. It's great all y'all want.
We're not.
I know just like y'all know.
Dude, we ain't saying that the shit you're giving us ain't valuable. We are not saying that by any means. If it were 2 other people sitting in front of you right now, you could definitely say that to them. But you personally know her and I.
But it's man, jail is, man,
I
hate it, man, you know what I mean?
Well, I hate it too, but you know what? You know how I stay out of there? I don't do stupid shit.
But I gave you the information today. You know what I mean?
I got you.
I can tell you plenty more people that's on to him now. But, you know what I mean, that y'all don't even know. My whole thing is, man, if I had to just sit in jail, I just don't.
Here, let me talk to her outside real quick about something real fast. I'm gonna come right back in.
I gotta get my phone's dead.
Okay. We're gonna come back in a minute. Okay. So just give us a minute. I gotta talk with some.
Actually, y'all the area research.
Yeah. So let me talk.
Area to search for what?
That's all I like to say.
I don't know.
It's a shame that the investigators chose this moment to leave. Woody has mentioned twice now what is most likely the body of a YSL rival, but it has gone over their heads both times. Despite this fault, the two are being strict but fair with him, cutting him slack for some mistakes but coming down hard on others. The male detective will heavily capitalize on this in a very fatherly speech he gives about the toxic attitudes of the street life in downtown Atlanta, implementing a lot of swearing that is not most typically associated with a professional interrogation. However, it seems to have been one of the most effective methods of getting Woody to talk thus far. He starts spouting out all kinds of information that doesn't even have anything to do with Doug or YSL, even putting himself in for 2 shootings for literally no reason at all. Woody's getting increasingly desperate after he finds out that he's probably going to jail tonight, regardless of all the info he's already provided. He's drowning, and he'll pull down anything and anyone around him if he thinks it'll keep him afloat.
cause a fucking gun. Shit, gay, bro. So what these niggas, man? Myself a part of the situation, man. Damn.
You sure you don't want anything?
No, I don't want nothing.
Sure as a pizza, you want some? So if she orders pizza, you want some? Because you ain't gonna get any food over at the jail, man.
I can't eat.
What do you mean you can't eat? You don't feel good?
No, I can't eat.
Okay. I just wanted to ask, because, yeah, it's gonna be least we can do. Because I ain't, dude, at the end of the day, it ain't about you. It's not even about him. It's about all the other fucked up shit that's going on in this goddamn streets. About fucking 6, 7-year-old kids getting fucking caught in a fucking drive-by. Because none of y'all, I'm not saying just you, but I'm saying everybody, don't know how to fucking do shit like they used to back in the day and actually sit and talk. Everybody's stealing a fucking Dodge Charger, Dodge Challenger, fucking lighting up every little street because they want to throw something on fucking Instagram. But you know what? We're the ones that gotta go examine that. We're the ones that gotta see the fucking 6-year-old kid with a bullet in his fucking head. We're the ones that gotta fucking live with that shit. We're the ones that have that constantly rolling around in our head going, we could have done something. While these other motherfuckers sitting out here drinking lean and shit, going to the fucking club, popping pills. Everybody fucking hates us, but we're the ones that gotta clean up for all the fucking shit that y'all do. So I'm still gonna do my fucking job. But I ain't putting your fucking life on the line to do it. Because I don't do that shit. I promise you that. Alright?
You help me, I help you.
Okay. That's what I'm gonna do.
I give you everything I got.
Okay. But I don't do shit illegally. So we're gonna...
I just want to finish that. Man, listen, man, I can even tell y'all what I have done. I never have, I shot 2 people.
Well, that's, okay, let me...
No, I know this, I'm just saying, those are 2 of my friends.
Yeah.
I ain't did nothing to nobody. Nobody did. None of that. People saying I shot.
He's over there. Quiet.
Yeah, that's why I was talking really low. But I should have told you, I'm sorry. So, let's get a lot tonight. Okay? Just relax on it. Let it sit. Okay? Let me do my thing, let her do her thing. Alright?
It's a unique situation when investigators are trying to stop a suspect from giving them more information, whether they are doing this because of the YSL member in the next room who may hear them, or for the purpose of further convincing Woody to allow them to contact him at the jail. Woody clearly already feels that he can improve his legal situation further by revealing even more crimes, so if the only way he could is by letting the investigators contact him at the jail, then he would be much more likely to do so. If this is the reasoning, then it is questionable, if not flawed strategy. Because Woody is so tired, worn down, and desperate, he may be in the unique position of providing them with even more information that he otherwise may not have. Whether this technique worked in the investigator's favor or not is unknown, as any further involvement that Woody has had with the police before or after the YSL RICO indictment remains unknown, and will continue as such until the conclusion of the trial.
If you can take a second, like I fell asleep, I'm trying to get that quick.
Well, I'm telling you.
I think the driving and the gun, and we'll go from there. Chill out. I can't. Wait, hello. We can't charge you and then not you. Stop.
Damn, I heard. I'll be very cooperative.
We're gonna work on. We gotta do it. We gotta.
Is that from the turnaround?
He gets. Okay, we're just fine.
Woody's driving and gun charges were dropped a few months later in April. If he was federally charged, then the record is sealed. However, Woody's 27 co-defendants would go on to see his interrogation tape a few months later, and Woody was placed in protective custody at a federal prison most likely because of this. But the many arms of YSL reach far, and even protective custody would likely pose a risk for Woody, meaning that his only legitimate chance at a long and safe life at this point was to provide enough significant information to land himself in some sort of witness protection program before YSL could get to him. I'm sure some think that he deserves to spend his last days peeking over his shoulder before likely meeting a swift and vengeful end. He's a snitch, they say, a rat, but no matter what violation of a street code Woody chose to live by, or the betrayal of trust amongst his peers, he saved a life that night. While he most likely did it for the purpose of self-preservation, the results were the same, and no matter the backwards mental gymnastics one might go through to convince themselves of the idea that Woody deserves death for what can be boiled down to basically saving a life, it can never be justified.
On the bullshit on the road. I don't fuck with you, nigga, you told. Selling your soul for the cops. I treat pussy head like an op.
The world call them ops. I call them retards.